So as we've heard from Spar and Bernstein's tax attorney, Carmela Waldron, many times, and I'm sure as you've read in the news as well, we have a whole new tax structure here in the United States. Some people it helps, some people it doesn't help. And it's not just about cutting certain people's taxes and property taxes you've heard a lot about, and interest that gets carried on in real estate deals. It also affects you in any sort of matrimonial and family court issues. And how can that possibly be? With us today, we have Meghan Buckwalter, our fabulous matrimonial attorney. She's a super lawyer. Many times over, she practices matrimonial law and family court law, both in New York State and Connecticut. Meghan, what are the new tax complications? I know this may not sound very sexy and interesting, but it's really important to know. What are the new tax implications that go into effect as it pertains to divorces?
Yeah, it may not be the best hot topic going on right now, but it is very, very important. Right now, if you're someone in New York State who's paying spousal support, it's a tax deduction. It's deductible for the person paying it, and it's taxable income to the person receiving it.
So what that means for people, if I break it down, is let's say Brad is paying Meghan, you're my ex-wife, and I'm paying you maintenance. And I earn $100,000 a year. My maintenance I pay you is $10,000. I get taxed on $90,000. You get taxed on $10,000. Correct?
Well, no. You get a deduction, and I get taxed on the $10,000 that I receive, and along with obviously any other income that I'm earning.
Correct. And now under the new law, how does it change?
So under the new law, I wouldn't get taxed on any income I receive, but you also don't get a tax deduction. So it's neither deductible nor is it taxable income.
So basically it would be any person who's making a payment to another spouse, they're responsible fully for the taxes.
Yes, they're responsible, and the person receiving it doesn't pay any taxes on that income. It's just income they're receiving that's really tax-free. So this is a huge problem in our field.
And when does this go into effect? Is it in effect now?
It is not in effect now. This goes into effect December 31st, 2018. So it's going to affect any divorces that start on December 31st and going forward. And it's going to affect any separation agreements or instruments that are put into effect after December 31st, 2018.
So let me get this straight. If I'm in a marriage right now, and I'm the person with the money and the spouse is the person without the money, it would behoove me, it would be into my best interest to start the divorce before December 2018. Do I have to have it resolved before December 2018?
You do not have to have it resolved, but you do want to have it started. So because it's not going to affect a case that's ongoing. It's just going to affect the new cases starting after. Right.
So basically, if I want to save money and I'm the moneyed spouse, you would want to start the case before December 2018. Other than that, there's going to be a huge tax implication to the moneyed spouse after who's paying out money. This goes to maintenance, right? Child support it doesn't go to because child support is already like that. But maintenance and alimony, certainly in New York, it's former alimony. The moneyed spouse was getting the tax deduction, and the person getting the money had to pay the taxes. Now it's the moneyed spouse has to pay it all. And that's a huge difference, and that's going to make a big difference on how much money, I assume, a moneyed spouse, the person with the money, is willing to give the ex-spouse. I'm sorry, I have a question because it's just hitting my head. What can the ex-spouse, the person without the money, do to protect themselves now, if anything?
So right now, if you're in the midst of negotiating a divorce agreement or a separation agreement, you want to make sure that you have explicit language in that agreement that says that the current laws are going to apply. Technically, you could agree to apply the future laws. I don't see in any situation, especially if you're middle class, where this would be helpful. So you want to make sure that you have an attorney that's familiar with the changes in the law and is going to put in your separation agreement protections that make sure the current law applies to any future spousal support payments.
So right now, we're kind of in this gray area actually, where it's up for negotiation who's going to get taxed on their separation agreement. Any cases that start now, any cases that start after January 2019. You're too late. There's no negotiation anymore. The person with the money is the one who's getting the taxes. The person receiving the money gets it tax-free. What about,
Right.
I have a question for you. What about people like me who have I'm divorced already from a while back, all right? Can my ex-wife, I hope she's watching or maybe she's not, can my ex-wife go back and reopen the divorce and say, I want to now not pay taxes?
No. So you're protected. It's really only future divorces, so after December 31st, or any agreements that are being entered into now. It would have to expressly state that this new tax law was going to apply to future modifications or changes. So you're protected. It's not in your agreement because this law wasn't in place when you entered into your agreement.
So what advice do you have for people who are right now maybe in an unhappy marriage, contemplating divorce? They're not sure what they should be doing. And by no means are we saying advocating break up marriages. But what advice do you have for people who may be thinking, you know what, I think it's time that, my wife or my husband and I terminate our marriage. What advice do you have for them?
I mean, honestly, now, don't wait. Now is the time. If you already know that you want to get divorced and you've sort of been putting it off for whatever reason, you don't want to wait. It really hurts both people. It hurts both spouses because it's taking money away from the family pot of income, right? So the person who's paying the spousal support probably has the higher income, which means they're in a higher tax bracket. So they're taking money out of the pockets of both spouses. So it really benefits both the person receiving spousal support and the person paying it to file for divorce now and keep that money within their family as opposed to paying it in taxes.
Yeah, because it actually makes sense because you're getting the moneyed person is getting taxed at a higher rate than the person receiving the money. So basically the person who's receiving the money is going to get less even under the new tax laws, even if they think that they're going to not have to pay taxes, they're actually going to receive less because the moneyed spouse won't have as much money to give them.
Exactly. So it really, now is not the time to wait. It benefits both parties to file now. If you know you're going to get divorced, you know that this has been, something that's been coming along. Don't wait. Start your case now so that you're protected under the current laws.
Well, this is fantastic information for everybody out there who needs a really good matrimonial attorney, a family court attorney in New York State, in Connecticut. Give Meghan a call right now. She's a super lawyer. She's been voted super lawyer multiple times in a row. Her telephone number here at Spar and Bernstein is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-Lawlink, 1-800-529-5465. It's the same number that you call to get on our show, 1-800-529-5465. Fantastic information. Great job, Meghan, as always. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.